Angry.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Can you imagine a
Some
world
views
where
may
we're all
find this
represented
disturbing.
by a
Viewer
font?
discretion is advised.
Wonder which one I would be.
Congratulations. You're the new...
Angry.
I've only tangled with this show twice before.
not in that
Once
way, just
where it said that abuse
straight,
victims should stay in abusive
unexciting.
relationships for their abuser's
To,
benefit. And once where it took you
Deadpool.
through the death of your own dog to ignite sympathy for a character who has long since
Broadway.
lost any
Now
he had
that's
left.
the one.
Take a
Now
closer
that's
look
the
at that
one.
snout.
There's a reason I don't talk about this show very much. Life
Take a closer look at that snout.
was so insulting that I said I'd stop reviewing episodes. Something that no show has sunk to. What was their response? To make an episode worse than Seahorse Seashell Party because
Take a closer look at that snout.
fresh air belongs in
Angry.
only the makers of
Angry.
who would find this shit. But look on the bright side. That means I get to review all of the horribly shitty lessons and beliefs that the show has spewed.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Say hello to your new regular customer, alongside and G3MLG. So, let's see what made this episode so bad that I felt the need to return to this miserable excuse of a show. It starts with a joke that goes nowhere when comes in and wants to spend time with his father. Then we already have an cutaway that's a failure of a joke. We just started, and they've already given up trying to write a decent plot. Also, this random nonsense is going to be the highlight of our humor tonight. Oh yeah, and I just want to state, for the record, that that guy...
a couple new cool fonts to use. Getting bored with old Calibri 11. And with that out of the way...
Take a closer look at that snout.
We need to restate that is an asshole, because that's obviously not his overall character trait. Holy shit, a ghost! This leads to another cutaway with nothing of substance happening. Either be or get to the father has apparently broken his leg, and his wife can't take care of him because...
Angry.
You know what? I complain, but that's the least gross thing we're going to be dealing with. That reminds me of another atrocity that I reviewed.
Angry.
I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a really tough one to get through. Alright, I know that this is thing, but can we please keep our cutaways to less than 1 per minute? Writers, I know it probably squeaked
Take a closer look at that snout.
out to hell and back to write this miserable excuse for a plot, as it would do to any sane person. But try to stay focused. Or just keep doing that. It's another joke that confuses disturbing with so manipulates into taking care of. I know it's supposed to look sweet, but we seem to forget. This is a bitch. Said the woman who gave her daughter drugs and wanted things to take their course. We cut to the mansion where
Take a closer look at that snout.
teaches his elderly grandfather how to...
Angry.
And you...
Angry.
You know what? That's not even the worst part. They are stating that just gave his grandfather a hand job. And I thought that Patrick eating the diaper was bad. Excuse me for a moment. What the holy hell is wrong
Angry.
with you people? Next, they mess with some pizza guys, where a decides that he likes hanging out with... Then they have a band and a joke that doesn't go anywhere.
Angry.
Somebody told me when his leg heals, he tries to pay to compensate him for his efforts. Of course, since like to spend time with his grandfather, he doesn't accept the money. Well, that's the cover story at least. Guess they didn't want to insinuate prostitution on top of the incest. However, changes his will and leaves as the sole heir to his fortune. Once again, they're confusing disturbing with... But when you make a mistake
Angry.
times in one episode, it's hard to make it a 21st. Spoke too soon. Maybe I'll review Christmas. Now, halfway through this episode, we get to the unsettling part.
Take a closer look at that snout.
They make one of the most reprehensible plots ever imagined, and it takes halfway through the episode to actually get to it. Brown nose is a synonym for ass kissing, and this episode is going to give that statement a whole new meaning. But first, a pointless cutaway. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Not even
Angry.
had this many disturbing jokes shoehorned in. And at least when they did it, they were relevant to the
Angry.
The next day, dresses up like in a pitiful attempt to suck up to him. Remember the dad noises joke in Seahorse Seashell Party?
Take a closer look at that snout.
How well old habits die hard.
Angry.
No, maybe if there were only one or two jokes like this, it would be shocking. But after the
Angry.
time, it gets kinda depressing. They're clearly doing this in some desperate plea to get a reaction, because they no longer have or even the oh my god! We get a scene that tells us nothing we don't already know, and then this is what happens to your mind when you
Angry.
stay in abusive relationships.
Downward spiral.
For several years. It fucks
Angry.
you up. Some offhand talk gives Peter a
Angry. Angry.
good idea.
Take a closer look at that snout.
They really are that.
Angry.
No, they aren't expecting
Take a closer look at that snout.
to find this. They're expecting
Take a closer look at that snout.
to take this seriously.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Oh, after all the disturbing shit they've shoveled in our face. And these
Angry.
jokes might be why it's taking so long to legalize
My house.
Do you know the really
Angry.
thing? It's not the fact that wants to marry his son. It's the fact that knows he's doing it for the money and is only doing it to spend time with and the episode thinks this is
Take a closer look at that snout.
Look, trust me, if someone is that shallow,
Angry.
you don't want to spend
Excuse me, Hades, do you think you could speak up a bit?
Take a closer look at that snout.
the writers are considering you'd have to have that kind of sense of humor to find the shit. They call this trope crossing the line twice, trying to be so fucked up that you don't have any choice but to find it. And I can't believe they actually did that kind of way. But it doesn't work when they've been doing stuff like this for years.
Years.
And once again, it doesn't look anything more than desperate. Who is this written for? You know what? It probably is trying to appeal to the
Angry.
audience. Peter's a
Take a closer look at that snout. Take a closer look at that snout.
no an joke. If you keep going on and going on with it, it doesn't make it
Here's the deal. You slip and slide from this banana peel.
trying to marry his son. You want jokes like that.
What are you doing?
Finally, we get to the wedding and another disturbing joke. And then interrupts. Is that supposed to be a metaphor for something? Oh look, it's time for the sappy part!
There is no time.
Time for that crappy dramatic zoom, because that's the effect that takes no effort whatsoever. I can do zooms too, and I use Windows Movie Maker. It doesn't make things any more intense, it just makes you look... His love is fake.
See, honestly, just a bad idea.